Peace and blessings, brother. Most high in Christ bless. How's everything? How's school? Everything all right with
Yeah,
you?
big bro. I'm okay.
What's wrong, bro? Talk to me.
Well, you know it's Christmas time at school, right?
Right. So talk to me. What's going on?
Well, I'm trying to tell the kids I celebrate Hanukkah, but it's hard, explaining the history. Can you help me go over it, please?
Sure. No problem, bro. You know, Hanukkah is our history. We don't need Christmas. Man, let's get into this. Are you ready?
I'm ready, bro. Let's go.
All right. The story of Hanukkah, also known as the Feast of Dedication. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes. Now this was in the year 331 BC, when Alexander the Great arose and smit Darius the third, king of the Persians, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece, and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up, and he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations, and kings became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. So Alexander reigned 12 years, and then died. And his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death they all put on crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. Now Alexander had 4 main generals, and these men are the men who put on crowns upon their head, and their sons. And these are the names of those 4 generals and their empires. Seleucus, he founded the Seleucid Empire. He reigned from Babylonia to Antilia to Persia to Levant to Mesopotamia, which is modern-day Kuwait, Afghanistan, and parts of Pakistan. The second general was Lysimachus. His reign was in Thrace. The third general was Cassander. His reign was Macedonia. The fourth was Ptolemy. He founded the Ptolemaic Empire. His reign was from Egypt, Syria, Cyrene, to Nubia. And these are the 4 generals of the men who put on crowns upon them and their sons. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Now this Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, is Antiochus the fourth, that wicked root. Now the 15th day of the month Caslu, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judea on every side. In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Jerib, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. And he had 5 sons, Jonan, called Caddis, Simon, called Thassus, Judas, who was called Maccabees, Eleazar, called Avaron, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphis. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judea and Jerusalem, he said, Woe is me! Wherefore I was born to see this misery of my people, and of the holy city, to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hands of strangers. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman she has become a bondslave. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory, is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer? Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes, and put on sackcloth, and mourned very sore. In the meanwhile, the king's officers, such as compelled people to revolt, came into the city Modin to make them sacrifice. And when many of Israel came into them, Mattathias also and his sons came together. Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias on this wise, Thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in this city, and strengthened with sons and brethren. Now therefore come thou first, and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done, yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers and give consent to his commandments, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the commandment of our fathers. God forbid that we shall forsake the law and the ordinances. We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion either on the right hand or the left. Now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all the sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. Which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to shew his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. And the king's commissioner, who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down.
Together, gather yourselves together, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired, gather yourselves together, gather yourselves together, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Moreover the king and the oceans rode to his whole kingdom. Let every man leave his laws and everyone should be one people. The heathen agreed to the king and many Israelites followed his religion. They profaned the Sabbath and made their soul abominable with all profanation, and left their children uncircumcised. To the end that they forget the law, and whoso would have conformed to the manners of the Gentiles, the king said to kill him, the king said to kill him, the king said to kill him. Wherefore remember, ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who were called uncircumcision, for that which is called the circumcision, made by hands in the flesh, strangers to the commonwealth. That's why the Most High sent Christ, to give us the chance to repent. Gather yourselves together.